previous video I told you about if statement, if conditional statement, and now we're gonna see the alternative execution. Now there is if else. So basically what happens with if else, let's see. There is a program, the similar program which we have done in the previous video in if conditional statement. I'm trying to put the value of n in m and trying to put the value of m remainder n, that is the remainder of m divisible n, okay, into n. So this is going over here and value of n is going over and value of n is going in m. Now here comes else. Now in else, what I'm trying to do, I'm simply putting n in GCD variable. So what we will be doing, we'll say if our value of m divided by n is not equals to 0, that is if the remainder of m divided by n is not 0, then we'll go to if statement condition and we'll go for this logic, okay. But if my m divided by n is 0, that is my remainder is 0, then I'll go directly to the else condition and I'll not go for if, because my if condition is not satisfied. So that is why I'll directly go to else condition, okay. So it's just like I hope you have seen this in C and C++ as well. When we go for if else statements, we usually take two conditions inside it. If our first condition is true, that's okay, we'll go for that logic. But if that condition is not true, then we'll directly switch to the next condition, that is the else condition, and by default that's gonna execute. So I hope you got this. Else is just a optional, that is if suppose your condition is not true and you want something to be print. For instance, talking about this program specifically, in the previous video I told you just go for the if condition. We have given certain specific condition, that is m remainder, that is the m that is the m divided by n should not be equals to 0, that is its remainder should not be equals to 0, okay. If it is true, then it's okay, we'll go for the logic m comma n equals to n comma m percentage n. But what when the condition is false? At that time, if you want to print something in your output screen, then you're gonna go for else. Else will help you to print something and will automatically you will get that, oh, my first condition is not executed, that is why it is giving me the output of else condition, okay. So I hope you get this. Now let's see this practically. So before starting our program practically, let's see the shortcut for the conditions. Look, you need to remember this. Whenever you're putting 0, it means false, and whenever you're putting 1 or any non-zero value, that is true, okay. I explained this in previous video also, that non-zero values are true and 0 value is false all the time. So the first line is saying this. The second line, if you are not giving any sequence, that is your sequence is empty, then it will be treated as false. It will by default treated as false because you are not giving any value, and not giving any value simply means 0 value, and as I told you, 0 is false. So that's what is happening. If you are giving empty sequence like just a double quotes but no string inside it, just a square brackets but nothing inside it, no value inside it, then it's gonna be treated as false only. Now everything else except zeros and empty sequences will be true. What? Everything except 0 and empty sequences will be true. Keep this in mind, okay. So let's see this program again. Now in this, what I have done, I simply remove not equals to 0. This logic which I have written will simply mean that only. I have not written any equals to sign, I have not given any square brackets, I have not given any empty sequences, I have not even given the 0. So as I have not given any value, that the condition should be false, that is the m divided by n should never be equal to 0. That is, it should always give a false value. Then it's gonna be m comma n equals to n comma m percentage n. Otherwise it will switch to else. It's just same as like earlier. It's just a shortcut for writing the previous condition, that is m percentage n is not equals to 0. Instead of m percentage n is not equals to 0, you can simply write if m percentage n, m comma n equals to n comma m percentage n, and in the else you can simply write that if my if condition will not execute, just please give me GCD equals to n. Okay, whatsoever the n value is, just store it into GCD and print GCD. Okay, I hope you got this. Now we can switch to our interpreter and can see this practically. I hope you are getting this. If you are not getting this, please watch this video again. You will definitely get this. Okay, so let's jump into our interpreter. So let's do it practically. Let's take an input. Okay, so m comma n equals to map int comma input dot split. Dot split is used when you need to take a two variable input in a single line. Okay, and if you are using int, like you need to use int if you are using integer, because if you will not typecast, you'll definitely get a value as in string, and you know the string cannot be manipulated as it is immutable. We have learned this in previous videos. So that is why we need to typecast it, and for typecasting we have used mapping. Okay, so it's not very difficult. I hope you get this. Now let's switch to our condition. Our condition is m percentage n should not be equal to 0. Now here our logic will come, that is m comma n equals to n comma m percentage n. The same example which we have seen, the same program which we have seen in the previous video. I am just showing that program again with the help of if else conditional statements. Okay, now here we'll print m and n respectively, and if my condition is false, that is if my condition of if will not satisfy, if the condition of if will not satisfy, it will jump directly to the else condition, and we'll write else as GCD equals to n. So whatsoever happens, if my if condition doesn't execute, if my if condition is false, I'll directly jump to else, and I'm writing a logic n equals to GCD, and then I'll print GCD. Now what is GCD? So GCD is a function for greatest common divisor. We'll see this while functions, so we'll deal with it. Don't you worry about it. Okay, now as it happened, now just let's run it and some inputs. So firstly I'm telling you about if condition. So my if condition will be satisfied only when my remainder will not be equal to 0. That is, if my m divided by n will have non-zero remainder. Okay, so what I will be doing here, see, the value of n is gone to m. You can see first I print m, then the value of n is replaced by m remainder n, that is m divided n remainder of m divided n. So what will be the remainder of 8 divided by 5? It will for sure 3. So that's why our remainder is 3. Now let's see for the else condition. So our else condition will only be true when our remainder is 0. That is, when our remainder will be completely 0. So here I will be giving the input 4 and 4, both the values same. So you can see the value of GCD is 4. That is the value of n. That's what I did. So I hope you get this program. There was a shortcut which I told you. Let's check that shortcut as well. That is just to remove this. And now let's execute this. And my value is 8. 8 is giving me 8 because the value of n is 8. So it just gone to GCD. Now let's run for the if condition. It will be 9 and 5. You can see the value of n is gone to m. So the value of n is gone to m, as I have printed m first, and then talking about n, the n is replaced by the value of m divided by n. N is replaced by the value of remainder of m divided by n. So what will be the remainder of m divided by n? Just divide 9 by 5, you will for sure get 4. So yeah, our program is successfully working, and now we get the two tricks. First the lengthy one, and the second the little shortcut. So I hope you got this. See you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. In the next video, I'm gonna tell you about if, and then we'll directly jump to the looping statements. I hope you are getting all of this. Please do support, like my channel, and bye bye.